Hello, everybody. Welcome to ZSR2 and welcome to the Link to the Past Randomizer Crosskeys Tournament 2024. We're excited to bring you the quarterfinals today, an early quarterfinals match between Faker Jr. and zelgadissan. Game 2. And we have on commentary Clearmouse and Jim and Daruk and Ike here are doing tracking. Take it away.
Oh, thanks, Trez. All right. Well, good morning. Oh no, it just hit afternoon on Rando time zone. So hello, everyone. Hey, Jim. How's it going?
Hey, Clearmouse. Yeah, thank you. Good. Just barely noon.
yes. But what a great way to wake up or to settle down with in the evening on Saturday. We have Faker Jr. and Zelda. Two actually certainly by this point very strong household names in Rando, especially for Zelda. Considering being if people can associate themselves with like a mode, this cross keys or entrance, like this is what Zelda. Faker Jr. I would say probably came on a little bit more like recent-ish. Been playing I think a little bit less than Zelda, but I mean like this guy is an absolute powerhouse. And we're here in top 8. Game 2, and Faker Jr.'s up a game, right? So this is actually going to be like a potential permanent elimination match for Zelda.
Yeah, but did you see what Zelda just found?
Yes. In fact, this is why he be doing the cross keys. This is one of like the absolute best, I think, items that you can possibly get. I was so hoping that these guys would be able to finish quickly. In fact, I even told Faker Jr. before the match started that to please at least finish quickly because we got a busy schedule today. We gotta go. And somehow Zelda was the one who got the message so far because he's the one who ended up starting out as Sanctuary, and he got the boots. Can I? See, I'm a little conflicted.
Going there too. Okay, that's what.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I was a little bit worried that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was only gonna meme a bit and say like I don't know how I feel about this whole Sank Star stuff because I actually am a big fan of actually Link South Star. Even though I don't, it's like probably not the common meta these days. And then it's like what do you get by instantly getting rewarded by saying you get boots. So you get boots. It's like you really can't argue with success, right?
No, this is just complete proof that you should always start Sank and Link's House just works.
Based on my one data point, proof by example, I
exactly.
know how logic works. Yes.
But yeah, boots are like if we think about the part where you dash, which obviously is like a very large part of the boots that is very good. Boots are just really good at the start and entrance because they give you easy access to resources, and they give you easy access to backup escape, which we saw Faker Jr. do immediately. It was really help with your need for bombs.
Oh yeah,
super good.
Yeah, no, that's actually really like very like good point. And often and unfortunately, it doesn't come up that often just because you don't get boots usually this early. We're not usually blessed by this kind of situation, but yeah, especially for stuff like non-entrance, for probably more like the more recent stuff, like casual boots or even have like open seas, right? All roads lead to Kakariko, right? Eventually, and there are bonk rocks right before Kakariko. You can go bonk their worst case, right? So do you see Faker Jr. kind of come from the south, getting farming a bomb from the bushes, also acceptable. But yeah, as you kind of mentioned, like just even having boots, sometimes we don't even need bombs, right? Because we didn't get bombs in CAC, but if we find Saha, for example, right, and we can just like Faker Jr. right here, we're bonking open brothers connector, right? Is that vanilla or no? Maybe it wasn't.
No, it wasn't really.
Okay, almost. very very close to vanilla. Yeah, he was like kind of in that area, and I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, we already find TR Bridge. Gonna be nice to know about this once you find the mirror.
That's right. That's the other playable item of the game.
Yeah, and also very nice that we, Faker Jr. went through his connector, and it's nice that it's a connect that we can come back from, so you can continue on to CAC.
True. That's always going to be a risk in taking connectors, like early. I mean, and people to have different philosophies. And I don't know what your personal philosophy is for cross keys or for entrance. You have people like on one end of the spectrum where it's like, you're here like in an area, every connector you just kind of mark off. If it's the end of your route, there's nothing better to do, you go take the connector. Some people, on the other side, it's like see connector, do connector, and you just kind of go where you just flip a coin and see where the game takes you, type of thing.
Mhm.
And then you got probably some people in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, we can see that these two have different approaches. Zelda is playing it a bit more carefully. He did bonk open the connector, but he didn't go through because if it's a risk to go through, right? Because if you get spit out somewhere where you can't come back from, you have to walk all the way back to CAG. So his plan is probably to check all the entrances in CAG, and then once he's done, he's gonna take one of the connectors that he finds in this area and follow it.
Oh yeah. Now, unfortunately, I was gonna say, so like talking about like easier resources, Zelda's actually getting a little unlucky. No 50-50 bombs from the bushes whatsoever. But you know what? We got a glove. That actually is just for what it's worth. That is a risk. I mean, that is one more item that you can actually will give you some more access. As in, like, if you take a connector, you can potentially just come back because you have a glove, right? If you end up getting spit out of a rock. Like the 50 rupee cave rock, or one of those nearest one in like Ice Rod Cave. We have a hammer, by the way, on library. Okay.
What if we just find full barcode access in CAG?
Okay, yeah. Well, why are we even playing entrance? Why don't we just give regular, pearl, glove, hammer? We'll just use the regular Dark World access points. No problem.
Yeah. Hey, look, we got the hammer. We can go straight to Ganon.
Yes, perfect. We don't need anything else, right? This is champion swordless. That's what I heard last time we rolled this. Yeah. We found Eastern Palace.
We found the first big diversion point.
Yes.
Because Fake is doing it, then we know Zelda won't.
100%. All right, if you have any money, bet on Zelda going to Eastern Palace. I'm sorry. You might need to find another source of income. It's going to be, especially at this stage. It's like, if Eastern, I think, is maybe somewhere that is like remote enough, or it is terrible enough for Zelda to go back to, or maybe he's desperate enough. Desperation does come at a very different thresholds for different people. But then Zelda might potentially go in, but that's like kind of like at the epsilon percent. I don't even know if it's like even close to. It's probably even close to like 0, as opposed to like anything else that's mildly above 0. Ooh, we have big Q Skull Woods though in Eastern.
Okay. It's one of the worst big keys, but it could still lead to something.
True. Yeah.
There's potential for Eastern to pay off.
That's right. One of the potential, again, both Faker Jr. and Zelda don't have, a lot of weaknesses, right? And sometimes when you commit to something, there are just going to be seeds where you're going to last locate, based on your style, based on your choices, and if something is in Eastern, that like leads to, let's say, like Eastern Palace big key, or like the bow, a bow, Zelda's definitely gonna have a harder time. But like obviously he's here. He, I think, is like number 1 in like Crosskeys lifetime ladder, and I think also veterans ladder. So like clearly his philosophy of skipping Eastern until you have the bow and the big key has like worked out for him. So.
Either that, or he plays enough entrance to make up for his losses when he.
That's also true. Yes. Also a good point. Okay, speaking of the bow, we already have one of the dippable items that we need. Only the big key left.
Yeah, now we just need the Skyward's big key to not lead to Eastern big key, or big key chest to not have the big key. And I guess
right, or in this case, or something major, right? Like a mirror, glove, hammer. Okay, just a map. Okay, just Skullwood's fine. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see in this case if Eastern Palace, the big key to Skulls ends up paying out. We do still need that pearl. Although if we get Dark World access, I'm sure Faker Jr. or Zelda would be willing to go and like bunny revive in Skullwoods as an option if it, if that becomes their, some of their better ones. All good. Zelda, though, by the way, also, so in the time that Faker Jr. was in Eastern, he managed to find Head Cave. He also managed to find Paradox. We're going to use that bow immediately to try and shoot the mini Mold Arms.
Yeah. Zelda right now has like plus 20 connection rate, almost, over Faker, just because of all the stuff he found to collect.
Yeah, this is
But-
amazing.
Yeah, but Faker is just gonna catch up very quickly, because it's all right here. And he...
Yep.
I was a bit worried earlier about Faker not buying bombs when he found the shop, because he had enough money. But his one bomb was enough, and there's 3 bombs in here, so he's safe. And we're in Dark World.
Yeah, all of a sudden we're in Dark
That
World.
looks nice.
It's actually kind of nice, actually. Every once in a while you get to listen to an MSU with, some, poppin' Dark World bunny music. You
Yeah.
know? And, this is also one of the big reasons, I guess, to not get a Pearl, because, once you get a Pearl, like, that's it, you don't get this track anymore for the rest of the game. So...
Yeah, it's nice to listen to some other music for once, because if you don't play Entrance, you barely hear the bunny music.
Yeah.
But Entrance, you
That's
can
actually
hear.
a really good point. And also, for what it's worth, right? We got Glove and Hammer so early. Like, I mean, how much of a challenge, or how much interest would there be if the Pro just literally came like 3 minutes later, right? We should make these guys work for it. This is top 8. They just, they have to earn their spot, in top 4.
Yeah. The Moon Prize shouldn't be out in like an hour in, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
These
definitely
guys
looking
struggle
forward
with
to
it.
exactly, how about like Bobo's tablet or something, right?
Oh, that would be
Wouldn't
great.
that be fun?
That'll be very fun.
Yeah, for us. I mean, only for us. Okay, I don't care about their well-being. Okay, like they can suffer as much as they want. It's only just for our entertainment purposes.
Doesn't mean they suffer. Weird situations
True,
with
okay,
late
that's true.
pearls can be fun if you enjoy that kind of stuff. Makes the seat interesting, at
what's
least. Mini Moldorms.
Did you also? Yeah, I was gonna say do you also was not fun whatsoever with the hammer, mini Moldorms. Yes. So Faker Jr. lost 3 hearts trying to get through that. I mean, granted, like if you was only on 3 hearts, you would probably be a little bit more cautious because you don't really have that much buffer. But we made it. And yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That's 2 hearts for
nice.
free right there. So.
Yes, exactly. And by the way, okay, so Zelda, found Thieves Town. Always kind of a nice dungeon to find early. Just because like for pretty easy items pretty quickly. We also did find a small key to Thieves Town in the map chest. Also kind of convenient, the fact that we don't also have a hammer. We know of the Thieves Town big key. Although if we end up getting a Thieves Town big key, I don't know if Zelda will continue. I'm gonna assume he is because he.
Yeah, we saw both of these. Yeah, we saw both of these do a nice swordless blind in their game 1.
Yeah.
Zaga
That was them. Yeah.
Yeah. Zaga had a cane that he used a lot, for what it's worth. So I don't know how confident he is in a pure hammer fight. But at least Zaga had a very excellent pure hammer blind.
Oh yeah. Again, these guys are amazingly good, at rando, and not only necessarily with like kind of the more conventional items, right? Like especially in cross keys, you really, as especially towards the beginning, could be even like mid to late game, you gotta be sometimes really creative, and with whatever equipment you have, because again, like the swords are not guaranteed to come early or late for that matter, right? And sometimes you gotta make do.
But they're guaranteed to come by the time you fight Ganon, but that's your only guarantee.
Well, yeah, but that guarantee could be like, like 13 hoops later, where you're in literally like 2 sword go mode, and you're just like, where's my weapon? Is this really not swordless?
But yeah, having this glove and these boots, like these guys can just clean up all the light world stuff right now, which is very nice. Usually you're kind of hesitant to go to South Dark World because there's Ice Rock Cave and the Desert Rock. But these guys just don't have to worry about this at all. They can just go wherever they want.
Yeah, this is actually like super nice. Yeah, I usually mentioned actually, right? Like, when you have especially have boots at the beginning, you can actually take care of a lot of these like boots lock locations. And it's just like any other kind of like access item. Especially coupled. You mentioned boots and glove. Well, we'll set aside mirror for the moment, but I mean, like, the fact that we literally just and it's so early, we can just go everywhere in Light World, and we can basically just take out the entirety of the thing, right? We don't have to come back. In this case, for this glove lock location, we don't come back for this boots lock location, right? And as you mentioned, right, like we're gonna be extremely efficient, being able to stay all in Light Worlds.
Yeah, the only thing I guess we can't access is Desert Main Entrance because we don't have a book. So I would assume that these guys might go for that direction last, just in case the book is somewhere else in Light World.
Yeah, good
But other than that, yeah, we can just do everything. We even have the Dam Bolt, so we can get that item too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was even thinking like going to South Shore because South Shore is one of those places, early game where it's I don't know. I don't consider it to be too big of a position, but it is going to be a conscious decision, for you to go over there, especially if you don't have a glove, right? And then do you want to walk over there without a flute? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
can I maybe put this off later? We have everything we possibly, maybe not the flute, but we can go run over there. We can go check any Moldorm entrance as well. That's always going to be like one of those locations that's going to be a little bit harder to get to, if you don't have a flute. So I think it's going to be kind of a very nice route, for these guys. Alright, Daruk also mentioning, in this case, that looks like the well is behind Aga 2. We've already found all of the other entrances. So maybe some...
makes the climb pretty good.
Yeah.
And Zelda conveniently, he routed his Lost Woods trip into the last connector of Paradox Cave that he hadn't done yet. Now he's split out in East Light World, and he's continuing there. And for some reason, he's doing this terrible check. Just fake flip to
desperate times, like you gotta give some and take some. Is this season pass Vicky? Oh, okay.
Okay. Pekka unfortunately took a death to the room 03 in Aga Tower, so he's gonna lose a little bit of time here, but it's not the worst death you can take. Pretty quick to get back to.
Yeah.
Yeah, these blue Saint Bolt guards are kind of difficult to deal with when you don't have a sword.
Yeah, and the hammer, especially, it does do like a lot of damage, certainly, right? It does tougher sword damage, but unfortunately, it's like you can actually see because of how fast they are as well. A couple of the hammer's hitbox, it's just very awkward to be able to hit them. You guys do see Faker also try, and the bow, because they move so fast, isn't maybe necessarily the best weapon. So you really just kind of have to try your best, basically, in order to land something. Speaking of bow, we are getting.
This is gonna be fun.
Unfortunately, Zelda does not have a small key, and this is actually one of those times where. Again, this is a very classic example of you really gotta be, you gotta MacGyver your way through. The Pokey too.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, he was doing so well with the Pokey, but unfortunately, the laser, I guess, man, that is...
It's, not unreasonable to just skip that chest for now, because it's just not a logic. It's behind 4 TR keys. Chomp skip is a bit more dangerous, because that one is a logic. Actually, no. This is the big chest, right? It's actually logic to get go there that way. Yeah, never mind. So it's not a logic yet.
More. Yeah, but it's nothing to stop them. If it's certainly going to be convenient for them. But yeah, as you mentioned, I think most people in Crosskeys will actually, if they see the Pokey key, or sorry, they find themselves a way to lava chest or TR big key chest. Give it the old banana try, right? And then if you get it, you get it. You don't, and then you just kind of move on.
The banana try.
The banana,
did you say that on purpose?
This banana. You ever read the kids book, the little toaster that could? I'm literally watching the banana be the toaster right now. This is also extremely out of logic. You are the way back in the day, I believe it was AA, who initially kind of came up with some of the entrance stuff. There is a bit of mercy that he also granted. You don't have to go through Spiral Cave as a bunny on 3 hearts. You don't have to go through Laser Bridge on 3 hearts with nothing. You do need a cape or a shield, the mirror shield or something. And I do give, I appreciate Zelda trying, but yes, you are not expected. And Zelda is also demonstrating why it would be extremely unfair, I would say, for to expect people to kind of get through that location.
Yeah, it's nice that we're staying reasonable, because dealing with mini Moldorms on 0 or on 3 hearts is just not okay. It's just not
Mhm,
okay.
yeah, exactly. Like you're completely defenseless. Like you know, as a bunny, or sorry, as a banana, well, as a banana, you can't do much to begin with, but especially in this particular situation where the banana can maybe like roll around, you cannot outmaneuver the mini world arms. Like that is their superpower.
Okay, we're doing some sequence breaking here.
Ooh, Baker Jr.,
And it gets us through.
unfortunately, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you could tell, like maybe why it failed, or maybe it was too far.
Yeah, he shot a lot of arrows in Naga Tower. And he can't reset his Ancilla right now because he only has 2 bombs. And you need to
right.
draw on 2. And then you can, if you lose these 2, then you can't fake Ancilla anymore.
Thank you for reminding me. Yes, that is absolutely correct. And we did use the bow. You know, I'm certainly a big fan of using the bow in any situation, really. But sometimes in this case, it does have unintended consequences. Yeah. Okay, alright, we got a big key to Skull Woods, we got a small key to Skull Woods. Getting kind of closer. We have another big key that's not the Eastern Palace big key in the map chest of Hyrule Castle that Zelda found. I think that's actually all of the terrible ones. Oh no, we're still missing, I think, Swamp Big Key.
Yeah.
But we found Hera Big Key,
And
we found
GT.
Ice House Big Key. Oh right, okay, right, and GT.
I think GT counts as terrible.
Yeah, that's true, Yeah, you know, so I will never ever complain about finding early boots. Can I be a chooser though in this particular case? I would like to see these guys have a sword. It would be
Yes.
kind of nice to, you know, to not have to constantly be bullied by guards because the hammer does nothing for us. Now, that being said, this is top 8 game 2, right? Should they work for it? Absolutely.
You could argue that having a sword is a lot more working for it because you can do actual good movement.
Okay, that's true. On the other hand, Zelda is one of the, I would say, creators of Champion Swordless mode on ladder. You have.
I'm sure he
Rings of
loves
the
swordless.
Yes. I'm sure he also loves getting the heart piece refill on Zelda Cell as well. Classic death warping.
Okay, Faker chooses to go left from them, despite not having the book. So this can get him some different stuff from Zelda, because he's taking a different path here.
Okay. Oh, we found Super Bunny. Okay, we may come back to this.
Yeah, I assume so. He's gonna take Agon and then take this connector.
Yeah. And I think honestly, like coming over here to Desert and checking all this stuff is very well within reason. Like the book is, you know, like there's some merit to try and put out like the glove lock locations. You know, just because you're just. Oh, well, jeez. Speaking of GT, we have 3 GT small keys.
wow.
And
the hammer.
Oh, and a hammer
think-
and the boots.
I guess we're just going to Ice Amos. We even have to kill them easily, so.
I can't believe Faker Jr. didn't open the middle door. You have 3 GT small keys, dude. Probably doesn't want to spend them, but 3. I mean, how often do you get to see something like this? You know.
Yeah, he should totally do it.
It's okay. You're forgiven this time. Yes.
I think it's
yeah.
on 3 you can do it, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm a bit
but
disappointed
like
that Faker isn't happening this.
true. Okay, right. Yeah, so this is definitely, you know, not expected. You know, again, this is going to be sequence break. You are expected to have the hook shot here. However, we are able to utilize the boots and the, you know, bonk ability in order to kind of get over here. You know, and for what it's worth, for this tournament, even though Faker Jr. this entire time has to fight his instincts when he never got the boots to not hover.
Oh.
That is not allowed. All right.
You are right. He's not allowed to hover. Right.
Yes. Despite being on a team called the Hoverers. I believe actually even during the Swiss stage, you know, like so on the stream he has like normally he has like the mode, you know, like for whatever he's playing, like Crosskeys or like, you know, ladder or something like that. He actually had to like write down don't hover as a reminder to make sure for this one so he doesn't accidentally, you know, get disqualified.
I don't think this works with.
Actually,
Yeah,
like, can
okay.
you do that with the blue boomerang? And
I'm pretty sure no.
Okay. Oh no, Zelda. Oh, this is unfortunate. I mean, man. It's okay. It's definitely not a big deal. You know, Zelda will literally just come straight back. It's not going to be the worst time loss, but it's definitely not a good morale boost. He's already died once in Spiral Cave. He died once in Pokey, and this is, you know, just kind of like adding, you know, just a little bit more fuel, right, to the tiltometer. Zelga's a very
Vega is
cool
in
and collected
trouble
guy.
if this isn't bombs. He doesn't have a bomb for random room now.
Oh no. Are we really coming back here?
Well, it's not
I
logic.
guess on Faker's side? Well, well, okay, it's not logic because we don't have a hook shot, but like, we do have enough small keys, right? Oh, no, or is render room for small keys?
It's for key locked, yeah.
Okay, okay.
So there's also a small key we're missing, but yeah, this is not great.
Mm.
It's like pretty close to logic since we have 3 keys too, so kind of scary.
Yeah, but I did hear there was a saying, especially for base tourney, you know, almost 4 keys means that we don't have 4 keys. So maybe we just won't worry about Rando Room.
Yeah.
Surely there was nothing there. Okay, I guess Hard Castle now is all in logic. Like the heart piece, that's all we got at the bottom. Alright, we did actually make our way over to Ice Rod Cave. We found Blind Cell. We found a sword.
Oh. And the flippers,
and,
nice.
and flippers, okay.
Oh, that's
my
a
gosh, okay.
fire rod. Wow.
Yeah.
And the,
oh my
wow.
Okay, is Ice Armor somehow in logic?
No.
We still need...
That's definitely hookshot locked, because
Okay.
we can't go via right side, right, since fire rod is behind Ice Armor.
Right, Okay, you're right, okay, it's just definitely hooked up. It looks like Faker is going straight back to Rando Room. We have bombs now?
Yeah, we have 2 bombs. He needs to use 1 bomb to get there.
I'm sure it will be fine.
No, wait, this won't work, because he has to use a bomb also for the double switch room. He can't do it.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
This would be exactly the same situation as before.
This almost feels like you're like it's spoiler, as in like, you know, you're like, okay, we need to get up to like, okay, this is just reasonable. We gotta do hair basement. Then you try to count the number of bombs, you know, like that you have, and you suddenly realize that you don't have enough because you're like, okay, I need 1 hit the switch, I need another one hit another switch, and then I need another one to actually like get, you know, hit the third. And oh, I don't have enough. Okay, but I mean, I'm glad that he actually kind of like at least thought things through, you know, and he didn't actually get all the way over there and use both his bombs.
Yeah, just realized it doesn't
you know,
work.
and then, you know, until too late, and you're just like, oh, and then you just wasted like another like 3 minutes or something.
Hey, look, it's bombs.
Yeah, say, look, it's great. Why did we take this earlier?
Meanwhile, Zalgas found the old man character and made it to Death Mountain. I assume that was also at Ice Rod Cave.
Yes. Yeah, I think we found something useless, and then we found Blind Cell, and then yeah, we found Old Man Rescue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Faker's definitely, you know, made a lot of great progress being able to sequence. So you know, getting to GT, and going over to like where Gina is, despite not having the book. So found GT, found obviously like, you know, a lot of very good things. Zelda, you know, just ended up taking a little bit different route. He's also making some very good progress on his side as well. You know, we were able to basically, you know, he found his way all the way up the mountain. Faker Jr. hasn't done that yet. But Faker Jr. is kind of doing some more like Dark World exploration without the Pearl. So.
Yeah, but he has a mirror now, so the Dark World exploration is actually not that bad.
Yeah, that's actually very true as well. Yeah, and sometimes, you know, the game, you know, again, it will expect you to do some buddy walking potentially. So like just in this case, you know, as you mentioned, like having the mirror just makes things so efficient.
Yeah, the mirror is in logic the moment we find hookshot, and if that's just a night world somewhere, the mirror could very easily lead to a Pearl. Like, good spot, or like favorite spots for the Pearl to be is like Race Game Left or K45, which you might have to bunny walk to get your Pearl. So it's not terrible to be in Dark World as a bunny right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And speaking of also potentially doing some stuff as a bunny, we are here in Skull Woods on Faker Jr. side. We have a Skull Small Key and a Skull Big Key. Unfortunately, Well, you can't tell because of Bunny Sprite, but he does have blue mail. We can tell in the tracker because Iker and Daruk are awesome. It's gonna take a little bit longer for him to Death Warp. Or sorry, Bunny Revive.
Yeah, if only it was easier to die.
Yeah. Oh, you just need some different circumstances, you know? Mini Moldorms are very good at killing you. Crabs are very good at killing you. Octoroks are very good at killing you. Oh my gosh, dude, where's this pearl?
Well,
that is, I'm... Okay, Zelda is still potentially okay. But yes, as Iker's kind of pointing out, that is actually very, very good value for Picker Jr.
Yeah. Where was the score with Picky again? This was
an Eastern Palace map chest. That's
right. Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and at least logically locks the mirror and the fire rod.
And
Very
no, we can get to Rando. We can get to Stealthos room with just the boots, right? Like we did literally just bomb over there.
No, that's also clocked.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. We had a bomb jump over. Right, that was one thing. Okay, so both rods in this case are locked by the hook shot. Okay, but you know, again, so it hasn't seen, I think, anything that's like hard locking. You know, all Zelda has to go do is find Eastern Palace Big Key, and then everything is fine. He will single dip Eastern Palace, and you know, and he will be happy. Baker Jr. right now is happy because he got the hook shot, right? So everyone can be happy. Okay?
Yeah. Does that make yes? Sorry. Does that make bunny walking a little less important? Because the mirror is locked by hookshot in Scouts, so the mirror can't lock the pearl. That's also maybe why Faker decided to save and quit here and just go back to Light World. Since being in a Dark World is very unlikely to lead us to his pearl.
Yeah. Well, right. It would have to be. Oh, it should be even type of scenario, like because mirror is hookshot locked and hookshot is mirror is pearl locked. Maybe you can get a little bit of efficiency by using the mirror, like because you can do like kind of like Dark World and Light World stuff together. But yeah, like, it's probably
it's basically yeah. That's definitely very real because now in Faker's case here, he can just mirror Light World and check the Light World stuff while he's here.
Yeah. So being able to find in this case like a trip up the especially Dark Death Mountain is very, very nice for Faker Jr. because we have he has the mirror and he has the hammer as well, and so he can actually cross to whatever he kind of wants to. He can try to choose drop downs to places. He can also run over to Hera, and do some other stuff on the other side of the mountain as well. He has also the hook shot in order to get there from the bottom. He has a lot of options to him. But actually, it looks like Zelda is also heading over to Desert Palace area, which is where GT is. He's also going to get his set of goodies. Now, despite not having the Skullwoods Big Key and being able to go get the hookshot from Skullwoods Big Chest, Zelga's bomb count is looking pretty healthy. So chances are we're going to be able to see Rando Room from him. I don't want to jinx him, but I do think chances are high.
I am very sure we'll see Rando Room.
Will he open the middle door? Of course he won't open the middle door. Nobody opens the middle door!
I'm so sad.
I think I've seen people open the middle door, I think in Retrance, when, you can just buy whatever number of keys you want, and then, I think, have you ever seen it on all four? Maybe? Yeah.
I guess, so we are most likely fine not opening the middle door here, but we don't have the big key yet, so you might want to use your third key on the right side when you come back for it eventually and have the big key, and then you could move on to the big chest. Because you can't get the big chest right now.
Right.
It's like the one reason why you shouldn't open the middle door right now.
Oh no, doing a humbug. See, I'm
Yeah, you don't
more,
wanna do
more
a
concerned
humbug?
about the word again because I'm sorry, humbug. Oh. The Adventures of Crosskeys. Oh, okay, so I didn't notice this before. GT Map Room has Pod Small Key. So we don't actually, I don't think we know the price of Pod quite yet. Yeah, I don't see that in Daragor. Iker hasn't marked anything, so I mean, but like if it is a crystal, like that 4th GT Small Key is gonna show up somewhere. I guess the 4th GT Small Key has to show up somewhere soon-ish, maybe, because we have so many good things that are 4 key locked.
Isamos is 3 key locked, so
Okay.
key-wise this is in logic. We'll see what random room has to offer because that's 4 key locked.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean for pod's sake it does have to show up. That's true.
Now, of course, it could show up in some, you know, a hilarious location. I mean, by hilarious, I mean only hilarious for us, not for them. You know, like maybe you're somewhere in the backup pod, for example, so you have to go to the backup pod in order to go back to GT to go get your, you know, like last pod key in order to go beat the boss or something.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't miss anything significant. Just half magic. And the shield and the heart, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just for safeties, and you know,
That's okay.
and especially right. But yeah, it's definitely not, you know. I'm sure he would like to have it if given the opportunity. However, that being said, yes, it will not hinder him, I think, in any real meaningful way.
Yeah. I guess taking the bombs.
Oh yeah. By the way, the fact that he hasn't been over to like the Ice Rock Cave area, right? I mean, this boomerang is like huge. I mean, with the hook shot, like so. Jem, just out of curiosity, yeah, you know, have you ever been to Hera without any weapons? You know, you had to do everything with bombs. Just asking for a friend.
Yes, very recently.
Okay, all right.
I was in fact so low on bombs. I had to learn the select buffer trick where the bomb hits the switch twice so you can get through.
Just spoiler things, you know, just Crosskeys things, you know, that this is the greatest inventions are born out of necessity. Is that something like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, sorry, did we find GT Big somewhere? Was that what we're seeing? Maybe not. Sorry, I just.
No.
Did we find anything actually in Hera on Faker Jr.?
Yeah, we found a
GT
GT Small Key, our 4th one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But that was it. There were bombs and there was a compass.
Okay. Alright, well, very nice hammer fight for Faker Jr. This is going to be our first prize, which is a crystal.
Sure.
Hey, it's a crystal. It's an actual crystal, not a fake one.
Imagine you clear your first dungeon, it's not a pendant. Never seen before.
No, of course not. There's definitely been Crosskeys Seas where it's just like you clear a dungeon and then, you know, it's like, oh, because there's a pendant. Okay, I expected that because, you know, how often, you know, especially if this, you know, you get something, you're just like, of course. He's always going to give me this early stuff that's going to be a pendant. It's never going to be a crystal, right? Because that's the stuff you don't need. And then, you know, 2 dungeons later, you're just like, I don't have any crystals yet. I still have only pendants. I guess am I pulling pen now?
Yeah. That's why it's kind of nice when the bosses or the prizes are just Triforce pieces, because then you don't have to worry about which dungeon you clear.
That's true. Might be maybe more of a future reference to potentially some future tournaments. Oh, we do have the main tournament ongoing. I believe Cross Hunt is also like the main tournament's first ever entrance mode. So this would be pretty exciting actually to be able to partake. But yeah, and I believe also there's potentially some future tournaments expanding on Cross Hunts as well. The Thiefstown Compass in Desert, very nice.
Nice. It's the best compass.
Yes. I do also see Lana appreciating Zelga's shield skip on top of Bumper Ledge. Takes a great skill. This is why he's top 8.
Just pick it up.
Yeah.
It's the Eastern Vicky. We found it.
Yes. Did we steal the Desert Palace Small Key?
No, we found it.
Okay, we found it. Okay. Well.
So Zelda just needs to make it.
Oh, does have it? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. That's it. He just needs to find desert in like the middle drop down on East of Mountain.
Okay, that is something that I think he just hasn't done not yet. So it's fine. It's okay. So see, everything will be fine. Okay, we don't have to worry. You know, Zelda has the hookshot hasn't held him back from anything really major.
Yeah, and there's still 2 other desert entrances he could find,
Right.
so he doesn't even need to find that one in particular.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about him. The reason he doesn't have it is because he didn't have the mirror when he ended up on Dark Death Mountain earlier. So he couldn't mirror and then got down.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
But he knows the connector there. And yeah, like I said, he might also just find one of the other 2 desert entrances.
Alright, armed with the Hyrule Castle small key that Faker Jr. also has. We don't even need to go and pick it up from the boomerang guard.
Yeah, you should just skip the boomerang test. That's what you should do when you have that small key.
That's in spoiler. Skipping it here might be a little bit more questionable. Alright, well, let's see. So Faker Jr. he is absolutely blessed with having the mirror. He does not have to worry about any of death warping shenanigans. Unlike, this case, he also didn't get the refill from the basement, as we did see what Zelda had to go through. But again, this is why having the mirror is it's extremely nice and efficient.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning it. I wonder when these guys, especially Zelda, since he has the sword for his bombos, I wonder when these guys will go to ice.
I did hear from a very reliable source that Ice Palace is free with bombos and a fire rod.
Yeah.
And a sword.
Fire rod...
That's probably also very important too.
Yes, exactly. the fire rod is not in logic, and we know it can't lock the pearl. But I'm pretty sure bombos is, so Ice Palace is in logic.
Now, I guess in this case, so especially for a Zelda, right, he does also have the Ice Palace big key. So, I mean, it is a fully clearable dungeon. I guess maybe my question is like, would you try and hold off and wait for Samaria? Or would you just, dive because you can just clear the dungeon?
Yeah, I guess Zelda just wants the cane. At least he wants to delay it a little bit to try and find the cane.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, we're going to a Maya that we can't clear.
Yes. We are here. Yeah, no Mire big key. It is green pendant Mire for what it's worth, so we may not have to come back. What can we not do? We can't do the big chest, and we can't do the boss, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, then we can decide if we want to do left side out of logic.
Yeah. So I do see one Mire small key, like on Zelda's side for the tracker. So it is, pretty far out of logic. We do need all 3 of them. Now that's not stopping Zelda, because especially I think at this point, like we're here. It's not really like the greatest like we should get back to, so you may as well just end up doing this.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's always like the possibility that Ice just has 2 Maya small keys.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Left side is in logic, and you can get your pearl from the cutscene chest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Alright, well, speaking of potentially small keys, what is here on Race Game?
Yes, it's our small grade.
I mean...
We know that can't lock the pearl, because this is mirror locked, and...
That's true.
The mirror is pearl locked.
Oh, dude, did you see Faker Jr.'s hook over through that mirror portal? I don't think that ever would have occurred to me. I would have just, like, found something to hang on to, like a bomb, and then, just walked over the portal. That's awesome.
Yeah, usually people just pick up the bush.
Are we gonna die?
I don't know what was going on.
Okay, alright.
I'll be honest.
Like, I was wondering if he was trying to maybe set up some sort of, like, water walk, or, for the Death Warp and Pod. Oh,
there's Pod here. I missed that. Okay, that's fair.
Dark really, like, he's on top of things here. Yeah, that's actually a great way to Death Warp or to take damage, because, like, he picked up Bread Mail from Ice Rod Cave, and yeah, like all of these, like, every single hit now is just much harder. One of the few times in this game the mirror can't help you.
Yeah. Little silly red mail.
Okay, we also have Thieves Town, that we did find pretty early. So Thieves Town Vicky here in Mire.
And the desert big key.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, Meyer is the place to be, apparently. You know, this is this is just more making the right decisions. We had 2 big keys coming out of this dungeon.
Yeah.
I think that actually leads to two fully clearable dungeons as well, right?
Yeah, we found Back of Desert already, and we know where Thief's Town is, so we can clear both of them, yeah.
Yeah. And then also, of course, Zelda also does have Ice Palace fully clearable to him as well. So, yeah, Zelga's son, I mean, I do know, like, a lot of Crosskeys, is going to be, probably, like exploration, overworld exploration, slash connector taking, and then, just kind of hammer out your dungeons, like, in the last, let's say, like 15-20 minutes of the game. But, suddenly, we have a lot of stuff that we can actually do on Zelda's side.
Yep. They're both mirror-locked, at least both these biggies, so... We know they...
Details?
We know they can't lead to Pearl, but yeah, Zelda doesn't notice. And, I mean, it's still dungeons you want to clear, so... Like, you still just do this. And you might find another progression that makes things more convenient.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, for all Zelda knows, like, the Pearl's just sitting at Eastern, right? Like, that he, just has never been going to, and that he is, true to his philosophy, right? He is going to go to Eastern when only he has the big key and the bow, or literally 0 other options available to him, right?
Exactly.
Okay, I didn't realize that we have actually the big key to pod. So because we are here in the back, and Faker Jr. is going to beat this dungeon. So I should get some.
The big key was in Starfor's room in DT.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'm not gonna look. Somehow there's a power outage on my only screen on Zelda's side, so I don't really know what's going on that side. I'm just gonna watch Faker Jr. essentially look at paint dry as we go through the cutscene. Did something happen?
Yes.
Okay.
Zelda
Did we get a crystal?
Zelda beat Lambo in 10 arrows. He now has 25 arrows instead of his max 35.
Good point. Okay, that does make a lot of sense. Yes. Somehow, do you think Zelda has sound effect shuffle on as well? Because I didn't hear arrow sound, but it also could be that he doesn't. Could be unconventional.
Yeah, he has it on. It's just everything just happens to be vanilla except the bow sounds like a fire rod.
Right. Okay. I gotcha. By the way, when do you think Faker Jr. is gonna go over to Ice Rock Cave area and go get a sword?
Yeah, I don't know. He seems to be intent on following this mirror that is Pearl-locked instead of doing Nightfall checks. But I mean, it gets him the pot clear.
That's true.
We got him the hookshot.
Yeah. I mean, these guys have made like extremely good progress, both respectively on their side, like just based on their routes, right? They haven't really been stopped by anything. They're able to just make like progress, do more checks. I am kind of wondering maybe if Faker wants to try at this point to try and like put off Ice Rock Cave until maybe he can find a connector over to like Dark Shopping Mall, or find the flippers, or something. I mean, the problem is that the flippers are actually in Blind's hut with the sword, so that's kind of not really an option. But like he doesn't know that. So that if he kind of maybe only make 1 trip over there as opposed to 2, that'd also be kind of nice. We're just basically nailing down all our pendants, or all our crystals, by the way. Desert's a crystal, Para's a crystal, Pod's a crystal. Like,
surely Thief's Town is a crystal as well.
Yes, yeah. Can we go for 4 for 4?
Actually, we just never clear a pendant. We only dip a pendant in Maya to get our big keys, and that's all we do in pendants.
Faker's doing a bunch more bunny walking. I kind of finished up the rest of the stuff that he could do in pod, and so unfortunately no dig game, no Stumpy. I don't think it's really that much of a gotcha, but especially if you're bunny walking, you unfortunately cannot pick up bushes, and Stumpy is unfortunately locked by those pesky, plant life that somehow you're just not strong enough to lift.
Yeah. You could just boot up the multi-client and have somebody send you an item so you get super bunny.
True. Oh yeah.
And lift those bushes. Probably bad form to do that.
Probably. If that actually somehow like magically works, that there might be a lot more questions. Okay. All right, we have a small bit of TR in Thieves on Big Chest, which is, I mean, you know, we had the Thieves on small key pretty early, so it's certainly not going to be too big of a surprise. But that does, I think, give Zelda the option maybe going back to Turtle Rock if he wants to try and, you know, just use the, like, he'll probably kill the Pokey now, like, before he wants Lava Chest because he has Fire Rod. But he can also do more stuff in Turtle Rock if he wants to as well.
Doesn't really get him anything, right? Anything more? Because we don't have a cane, we don't have a big key.
Yeah, yeah.
So we still have to stop at charms.
Yeah, we probably have to, yeah, you probably have to, he probably wants to put off, like, things a little bit. So I do see Faker Jr. Okay. I was actually wondering if he was gonna try and take that connector, like, to go, and because I'm like, did he just miss Blindside or something?
No, he went in, it was the old man, he accidentally jumped down, and he went for the hole, so he would respawn at the entrance, so he could get out. Because he has already saved the old man.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it would be kind of a big shame if he just, like, literally, like, left this and to be like, oh, well, I guess I can't get back here, so it's dead to me, and then there were some kind of important things in here.
Yeah, I wonder if Faker's gonna take the sword to Ice Palace now.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're 4 for 4 now so far for dungeons crystals cleared.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, with Deep Sounds is a crystal. Nice, by the way, portal save on Zelda's side as well. I mean, it's not like an official portal save, but he left his portal in the village. Literally just ran straight back. I mean, these are like some of the, especially without the flute, they're really nice, like Crosskeys time saves to just be able to do stuff like this.
Yeah, and for Zelda, it makes more sense that he's trying to follow the mirror. Because he doesn't know it's pearl locked. He hasn't found Dogshot in Scout's Big Chest yet.
Right.
For all he knows, this could lead to his pearl.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I think maybe now Faker will go to Ice Palace.
Yeah, I forgot he didn't actually have this big key yet. But I feel like... Yeah.
I wonder if he's gonna go back and just do like the waterfall entrance cleanup before going over, because like, you know, he tried Ancella, right, the first time he was there before Zora, and he was not successful because I think he couldn't reset his stuff. So maybe he'll end up doing these entrances. Nice hook speed. Zelda is just like Faker Jr. is absolutely thrilled of getting this, getting the red mail, especially when I think he wants to death warp. Zelda just may not be to pod at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's going to like lose all his health at this, you know, and not have it be completely unreasonable.
You could death warp on the shooters at the bottom. Like you super bunny in, you can just get shooter room as a bunny, and then you death warp off the shooters. And you don't really lose that much time. Well, okay, you lose a lot of time because we have a lot of hearts. That's very.
I'm also trying to like how many podkeys we have? We have 2 podkeys and the big right. So Faker Jr. took his 2 podkeys basically to like straight to Helma, which is fine because he got another crystal out of it. But I mean, yeah, I don't know if that would like be worth it to Zelda because you know, like once you've taken, if you've already invested that much time to trying to sequence break into your way into pod, you kind of really want a lot more value than like, I don't know, like 4 checks or something.
Yeah. It's so likely you have to come back for pod anyway because there's progression in the back. So might as well just get the progression first and then later do Hammer instead.
Oh hey, look, we got a sword off of Sick Kid.
Yay. Surely now we can do Ice, right? Right, Zelda? I'm sad that Faker just left Ice behind.
Yeah.
So he actually hasn't been over here yet, so he didn't know Ice was here. But he found it and he just left.
Maybe he just wants to finish up this, you know, like the area. Although, like, okay, what could he potentially be looking for? Maybe another sword, maybe half magic, or you know, maybe something that will make his life a little bit nicer. In like the cane, for example.
Yeah, I think he's trying to find the cane. I don't think he's worried about the cold step fight with Bombos and Fire Rod.
And Bromeo.
Yeah, but you take all this extra overworld time, you basically lose like at least half of what the cane would save you here by this additional travel time. Maybe a bit less, but yeah. I don't know. I feel like you find desert. You are inside of ice already. You just do it at that point.
Yeah. This is also gonna be like it's a single entrance dungeon, I guess, right? As in like you just get in, you get out, and then you can still just resume your route, to whatever you were doing before. And, it's not necessarily like Turtle Rock, right? You'll beat Trinex, and then it kind of spits you out like at a different location than when you started. So it'll be a little bit of a notable, but maybe probably not as significant, equipment difference for Faker Jr. versus Zelda. We have Fighter Sword versus Master Sword, and we have Half Magic versus Not. Zelda's certainly gonna have a nicer time in here. Don't get me wrong, but Faker Jr. is very capable of doing this stuff.
Yeah, you go the IPBJ road. There's a bunch of magic pots on the way too. So even if you do Freezer at the end, like you just have full magic for the cold step fight, so you can cast bombos and do your 6 fire shots, and that basically kills the boss already.
Okay, nice. Yeah, Faker Jr. Like very, very talented energy runner. So I certainly do not expect him to have too many issues going this route. Zelda, I think, has also been playing. He doesn't. So I think he does like 1 NMG run a year, if that. I think he's probably posted on like a Twitch page or somewhere like that. But for how much rando and this game he has played, I think he can do anything, very very well.
Yeah, especially if fight is further away from NMG, he's gonna be more comfortable.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I will also say that. So right now it's certainly there's a tempered sword in here. Oh well, that's really nice for Zelda. Probably pretty nice for Faker Jr. as well. I mean, you always just have like the ability to sword spin, or slash for that matter. Always gonna be nicer, than this little plastic fighter sword that we have. Also, how can you complain about tempered? Another sword? You can't. So.
No. Tempered is peak comfiness.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, you really probably can't tell now based on their equipment because they have red mail, like 13 hearts, tempered sword, half magic, blah blah blah, but these guys are also very talented, playing spoiler. So Zelda also has a SGL, I want to say 2022 online title for just like solo open spoiler. And then both Faker Jr. and Zelda are nice Pearl and Iced Tea. I think Wallkicks called that, right? Like an hour ago or like 40 minutes ago or something like that. I think there was like some chat message where he said, like, when are we gonna get our Pearl out of Ice Palace? The answer is 55 minutes.
Congrats, Wallkicks. You were the chatter naming a random location that called it this time.
Wallkicks does have a little bit more credibility to his name, for what it's worth, than the average person. He does have a Crosskeys champion title and a Veterans champion title, so he might know one thing or two about entrance. But
I don't think that has much to do with the random characters.
So we finally found a Pearl, which means we finally found... Okay, yeah, right. We were supposed to come here with Bombos only, right? Because the Pearl locked the mirror, and yeah.
Yeah, the Pearl put us back in Logic, so both the hookshot and the fire rod are now in Logic. Not for Zelda, for the hookshot, for what it's worth. And that's not fire
right.
rod, but...
Zelda doesn't know anything about the hookshot. He is still looking for the Eastern Palace Big Key, which Faker did find on Right Side Desert in the map chest. So Zelda, again, everyone's gonna be happy, right? Faker Jr. has a hookshot, right? He's been able to use the hookshot, a lot. Now, like, at least knowledge-wise, as you mentioned, like, it's kind of like complete for him, right? Because now he doesn't have to necessarily keep like, okay, well, this is out of logic, this is out of logic, I go find this other thing. Kind of like, it definitely release some mental pressure, and Zelda's gonna be able to single to Eastern Palace when he finds it. So.
Yeah. The Ice Palace placement is actually very fortunate for Zelda here. Because he's basically starting his Dark World exploration with the Pearl at the place that's the furthest away from Scorewoods. And he really wants to find one of the 2 other desert entrances before he finds Scorewoods, so he can clear up Eastern and get this Scorewoods Big Key out of there.
Yeah, very true. Zelda also remembering that, see, it was a calculated skip when he was supposed to skip the first time, but then he forgot and he decided to go back, and now we're really on the path to Dark World. I think also, by the way, like you mentioned earlier, right, that like once we saw Faker found Ice Palace because he had been over here and he was trying to, I think he was looking for something more to do, and would have worked out actually a little bit nicer for him as well, because if he just went to Ice Palace, got his pearl, and then he could have actually just done the same thing as Zelda's doing now, which is like combine Light World and Dark World. So, but I mean, you don't really know this, like ahead of time going in, but it would have worked out for Faker Jr. this way.
I mean, you don't know it, but at this point, Faker didn't have much left, and Ice Palace was very likely to have the pearl.
True.
So, you could have kind of assumed that you find the pearl, which is your last Dark World access thing, and then you could have taken that pearl to the Dark World portal when you're doing the Eastern area.
Alright, doesn't look like in this case Pod entrance itself has much, or really in this case like the Dark World stuff, but yeah, really, like, given how much equipment we kind of have by the time we're kind of on this side of the world, for Dark World, we can go to Pyramid, we can go get the entrances on top of Castle Tower, or in the Light World, like we can go down to the bridge, we can go swim wherever we want, like to Dark Shopping Mall area, like we have a lot of options, whereas I think if you maybe come here a little bit earlier without this type of equipment, you can't still really do very much. So, again, I think it's just kind of like nice to be able to have all this stuff now.
Yeah, this works out really nicely. We just have everything we want to do all our Dark World exploration. We even have my area access, so we can get all the entrances there. Oh well, we got them already since we saw Zaga mirror there and stuff.
Right. And actually, yeah, you have been thinking potentially about some more movement location or movement items, like specifically like the flute seems to be kind of MIA, right? And it doesn't actually maybe look like we need the flute. I mean, the flute will certainly help us with time in Light Worlds in order to try to get around to places, but in terms of like actual access, like we basically already have access to the Maya area, and we still need myths on top of that if we had to go there via flute as well. So maybe we don't need that.
Nope. The flute is at this point purely for convenience.
I like, by the way, also how like we've had extremely divergent routes, and we have had, like, besides Ice Palace, like Faker Jr. and Zelda both have 2 crystals done, and they're all different.
And they're different.
Yeah.
It's great.
Alright, we did find the back. Let's see what this looks like on Faker Jr.'s side, and this is going to be our first pendant.
Yeah, we're just
and we know it's not the green pendant either. Yeah, so but I mean, we're here. Why not? I think this is in Dark Shopping Mall, right? So if Zelda comes here, I will certainly expect him to also do this as well.
Yeah, it's just bad to come back here, and out of all the pendant bosses, this is probably the quickest one when you find its entrance. So
that's true. Yeah. There's like, because there's one is like it's like the back of the dungeon, and which isn't that long. Certainly not very nice fight, by the way, on Faker's side.
A very nice kind of fight.
I was gonna say, certainly nobody's ever gotten personal experience from timing the trip back to Mothula is like only a minute-ish, so pretty nice.
Yeah, never had any reason to time it.
Nope, no.
Moth did have the Tiabiki, which at this point pretty likely to be required.
Yeah.
We're still not sure about our last pendant, so it could be that. But yeah, very likely to be required.
It's a very minor difference. Zelda did Bridge Chest first, and Faker Jr. is doing Bridge Chest second. Is there an actual order difference? Like time?
Yeah, because after you beat Morph, you get spit out outside, so you have to re-enter. So, and like one transition in or out of the dungeon is like 3 seconds, so Faker gave up 6 seconds here.
Okay.
Roundabout.
Good to know. Good to know.
He did the wrong order.
You might not think 6 seconds, 1, sounds like a lot of time, and 2, also like, this is a Crosskeys seed, right? Your total time is probably going to be, around the, frame of like, let's say like hour 45 to 2 hours, something like that. Every little thing does add up, right? And it's like, do you really want to give up you know, 6 seconds for, you know, no, like, you know, whereas like these are some of the things that are like very easily fixable, you know, like lessons learned with Hookshot Cave here, by the way. You know, as opposed to like, okay, I have, you know, I'm gonna go left or right. What cave do I go into? You know, you make a decision, and then it ends up not working out for you. It's like, well, like how do I get better? You know, and those are kind of like the lessons that you really can't get a lot out of.
Yeah, it's just, you know, you spend time learning some trick that saves you like a second in a room, or you could just route scouts back better and save 6 whole seconds
Exactly.
with basically no effort. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
All right, we're also going to, speaking of losing time, I do not expect. Okay, everything's fine. I was gonna say, I do not expect anything to be here. Could also just be another time save by not going to a place that doesn't have anything of existence. However, we're still here for some reason.
It's actually interesting. This is not the way I expected Zelda to find, well, both Terra and Desert. He followed the Bat Cave, which Faker found the other side earlier when he was on top of that mountain. And they got him to top of, Light World Death Mountain. And yeah, that's how he got here. And now he's gonna clear Hera and Desert.
Yeah. We do have the big key. So, you know, Zelda's not gonna be able to do Hera Pot. Because, well, the Hookshot is still out there waiting for him. As soon as he goes to Desert right side to go to Eastern, to go to Skullwood's big chest, then he can come back and Hera Pot, which he definitely is not going to do because he's going to just get everything in.
Yeah. I think Faker didn't have the big key when he was here, so he didn't get this burner, which of course doesn't matter much.
Yeah, right.
But
they already have cave. Yeah, and I think they found Spike Cave pretty early, I think, and Mimic Cave as well. But I think those were mirror locked.
I don't think they found Spike Cave. Right.
I thought Zelda had found Spike Cave at some point.
Okay, I might be wrong.
But I mean, like they already have cape, so it, you know, like that chest is not a consequence for Zelda or for Faker Jr. Yeah, I was also gonna ask, like, so what? We don't have all of the. We don't know where the last pendant is, right? But like, are we kind of maybe sort of close-ish to go mode? We don't need that many more things, right? Collectively.
Yeah, we can clear Eastern. Or we need Kane to clear TR. We need a Swamp Small to clear Swamp.
Yeah.
I guess that's it, right? Yeah.
Right, but I think we're not sure what the last pendant is, right? Like, it could be Swamp or Turtle Rock. Yeah. Like, and we have magically, like, all of our big keys somehow, you know? Like, I think, like, so quickly, right? We found Eastern Palace big key. Zelda's gonna find it very shortly here, along with Thievestown Compass, of course. And, yeah, so I think then if we're literally just missing, like, I don't think we found Swamp proper, like, the dungeon itself, right? We did find the dam.
Oh, we have it?
Oh, we do have it? Oh.
Let me check. Yeah, it's in CRs.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Iker. Okay. We have flippers, so I mean, can Swamp Small beat Vanilla? Did we already check that first chest?
No, but I think only one of them found it, or maybe both, but they didn't have Pearl at the time.
Oh, right, yeah. That's right.
Oh,
we were over there without the Pearl. That's right. We haven't been back there for a while. So I guess, assume Zelda would go back over there probably on the sooner side, right after Eastern Palace, just because, like, Skullwood is also over there, which he hasn't been to, and he has the Fire Rod, so he can also go to the back. So there's, like, a lot of options for him to go over there for.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Okay, now we're gonna check this exit. What he could do right now is he could mirror out, and then. Oh, well, this has some clear Eastern right away. That's funny.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, nice connector over here. Don't even think they realize this. Yeah. So and Zelda is on record for saying that he refuses to go to Eastern unless he has both the bow and the big key. Now, however, once he finds the bow and the big key, though, Eastern is going to be his top priority. We do see, based on Eastern Palace map, that Eastern is a pendant, so that's ours. Okay, so we do need both. It's okay. So like so it's like either Kane or Swamp Small for go mode. Why not both?
Yep, you do need both. Well, they could just be both big key locked in Eastern.
That's true. That's true. This is going to be something that maybe Faker Jr. won't necessarily want to go do earlier on because he already went to Eastern once, and maybe if he gets some knowledge that Eastern's a pendant, yeah, he may not come back.
Yeah, but Zelda definitely needs to go in here. This Scout's big key is vital because it leads to hookshot.
Yes. Nice lamp, by the way. And TR big key chest, which is all 4 TR keys locked. Oh, what
we only have one.
Yeah, we only have. That's right. We only have one. Oh, did anybody go through the spiral key connector?
No.
I want to say okay, right? Because Zelda tried without the pearl, right? And then unfortunately he was not successful. So
yeah,
but I just didn't remember if anybody else got that.
The connector itself just leads to like Heavy Island. We found the other side of it, but we never got the chest.
Right. Yeah. I think I care a little bit less about the connector, but versus like the item itself. Yeah, so at this point we have not found Laser Bridge entrance for Turtle Rock, right? We've only found the Turtle Rock big chest entrance, and then also the TR main. So right. So I was gonna say like we can potentially go beat Trinex, just like beat the boss with our one small key. However, I don't think we have that entrance, and I think everything else needs a cane or we get this over there. So
yeah. If we have to go from not Laser Bridge, we will need another small key. Or at least in Zaga's case, he can steal it from the Pokey and just get the key chest.
Oh yeah, that's also true too.
And get to Trinex that way. But yeah, we obviously need the cane to get there in the first place.
Alright, what did Zelda miss? It wasn't even a good compass, so see, they're all just calculated exits. Right? We don't need this, you know, we didn't need this item whatsoever, right? So no reason to go over there anymore.
Yeah,
saving
just
time.
to use the stuff. Zelda's going to Amos, so clearly Amos will have something.
Yes.
Unless he somehow dies, then Amos will not have anything.
Yeah, I mean, so this is kind of like the flip side, right? So if Eastern is a crystal, right, then you're definitely going to, save time by single dipping it if you can, right? If Eastern is a pendant though, and you can get the stuff without the big key and the bow, right? Then like it actually could be a time saver for you.
Yeah, Big Chest didn't have anything, so if this is also trash, then Faker saved time by going here early.
So far, yeah. Yeah, I guess the only other out for Zelda would be, so if something is on pedestal. Now, for what it's worth, we are like a Cane and a Meyer big key away from being able to pull it. However, that being said, like, Cane is one of like the 2 remaining items we need for go mode. So like, it's kind of like slightly less likely that maybe pedestal will actually matter. But we'll see. But I mean, like the game, does not have to be convenient. It doesn't have to be kind. It can have a kind of a twisted sense of humor, honestly. So,
yeah,
lots of things can happen.
I'm
personally. Oh, I'm sorry.
I just said we're looking at this connector. We're still looking for, a connector that leads here, one that leads to Floating Island, and one that leads to Desert East. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them is just Laser Bridge, which means we will have to go through TR to Trinex.
Yeah, so speaking of potentially like other things that we would need, maybe not so like need is probably too strong of a word, but like we're gonna go get those mids maybe at some point. You think they're gonna show up?
It would be nice to have them right now to get out of there.
Yeah, true.
Mids are not likely to be relevant since you already have a way into my area. They're basically just for the Smith chain at this point. We even got spread out at Hammer Packs already. And out of TR. So they're not really gonna do anything in terms of entrances for us.
What was I saying about potentially pedestal not being a thing? Maybe we just found Meyer Big Key and TR Big Chest. Surely the small is, you know, not behind
not
the
there,
thing,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually potentially. Oh wait, Vicar already found the Meyer Big Key. Okay, I think I just maybe missed it on.
Yeah, he
on
also
his
got
earlier.
it probably
Yeah.
when he went here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he hasn't been to Meyer proper, right? Because he hasn't been into the dungeon, so he's gonna actually be able to get maybe one more item then over Zelda.
Yeah, he's going there right now, in fact. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, being able to find right. I think at least Faker found Mimikay pretty early because he was trying to take his connector. Nice Skullwood's key. Okay, we don't need any more of those. Zelda going to find his lamp. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
He's gonna laugh. I don't actually think the lamp has actually slowed him down whatsoever because I don't think he did anything that was fire logged, and he already had the fire rod by the time something like that happened. So, you know, the lamp is just there for logical purposes.
Exactly. Nobody actually needs the lamp. To see at least.
Yeah, exactly. We saw both of these guys, go through all of the dark rooms, like, with no problems whatsoever. Oh, hello. Welcome. We are in the middle of a Crosskeys top 8 semifinals match. This is a game 2. Baker Jr. is up 1-0, so if he wins, he will advance on to top 4. There'll be 4 people left in the bracket. Zelda will need this win in order to force a game 3, which will be, I heard, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. if that happens.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Zelda and I were talking about some, potential times about. I mean, not for scheduling or anything like that, but we were just remarking about like how early some of these games are, especially with Baker Jr. Being in EU, and I think Zelda said like he doesn't remember the last time he actually was able to like sleep in, past like 9 a.m. or something. So,
So
some of us
painful
run
for
on
him.
different schedules, all right, on weekends.
Yeah.
Just saying. Although I will say also that Zelda has cats, and I did hear that cats refuse to let their owners sleep in like past
yeah.
5 a.m. So.
Yes, for sure. So that might be part of the reason why.
I wonder if anybody has like thresholds where sometimes where especially let's say you have to go to the airport or something, right? For like a 6 a.m. flight or something like that, and then which means you're getting up at maybe you're leaving your house at like 4 a.m. or like 3:30 or something, and then that's one of those times where it's like, is it worth it to just stay up all night so then I can go sleep on the plane, or should I actually try and get some sleep, because you're never gonna be able to sleep, past like you're not gonna fall asleep before, let's say, I don't know, like 11 p.m. or something, and then it's just awful.
It's definitely not worth it to stay up because sleeping on the plane is fake.
That's true. Okay, that's also very true. That's also
it's a
very
fake
true,
idea made up by Big Plane. It's not real. Okay, Pega's getting his big keys here, so he's gonna clean up crystal dungeons.
Yeah.
Probably
Also
very
to
soon.
see, also to see that the big chest in Meyer only was just a map, and I've already forgotten what map it was too, because I don't think it matters anymore what maps they are.
No.
But at least Zelda's not gonna miss it, and so, but again, like there's kind of the things where it's like. It's just like for Eastern Palace, right? Because Eastern Palace is dependent, Faker went in first, and he got the Skullwood's big key from map chest, and then he was able to take we didn't need that portal anyway, it's fine. And he was able to kind of save like the big chest and Armos time, and maybe like in this case if Zelda goes back in, gets the big chest, and if there's something on green pendant, the favor's kind of gonna swing back over to Zelda's side, a little bit. Zelda decided, is Faker gonna die? He has red mail, right? He can't possibly die.
He's invincible.
Okay.
So I go from the other side of Hookshot Cave. It's probably gonna take him to Catfish now. Since the other side is
Right,
motion shot.
yeah, that's true. I was...
Which is not the direction he wants to go, since he... Oh no, he's going back.
Yeah,
I guess he doesn't really care about connectors anymore. We seen Floating Island. I don't remember what was on there, but I assume it's nothing good. And that's like the only significant connector destination that we're missing. So there's not really any reason right now to check connectors.
Okay.
Since we can already get everywhere. So it makes sense that he just turns around and moves on to well, this direction and probably most importantly Scowls, where he wants to be.
Yeah, exactly. So you finally go get his hook shot, and we're gonna get one more entrance, I guess, in the back if he wants it. Yeah, because I'm gonna assume that there. Is he? How many more entrance item caves are there left? I don't actually remember. Well, there's definitely not this one because we have Graveyard Ledge right here. Oh my gosh, that's such a convenient book. We're gonna be able to read the pedestal when we go back to the back of Skull Woods after we're all done.
Yeah. This also opens up two very great locations for us. One on Death Mountain where we have already done everything. And one on Bobo's tablet where we also have most of the things down there. So very great find.
Oh my gosh, look at Faker Jr. See, he deserves to win and go to top 4. He used the bow on the first cycle, it is good enough. My guess is also maybe he didn't have that much magic to begin with, but it doesn't matter.
We take what we get.
Exactly. We're seeing... So Ike says that Zelda forgot he had Big Key. That would be pretty bad.
No, he hasn't been in the front yet.
Oh, okay. Alright, we do not have Pyramid Fairy crystals of all things. Like, it's kind of a terrible location for Pyramid Fairy to be. Alright, what's here? Do we need to go... Alright, we do not need to go whole pedestal and get the green pendant from Vitreous. However, the green pendant turn is still an item. Oh no.
Faker did the first chest in Swamp and it was the GT Big Key. So now we can climb. We can also go back to GT Big Chest. And the Swamp Smoky could definitely be in any of those locations. Yeah, and the ball is behind the GT climb. And we have all 4 GT Smokies too, so it's a large to climb.
We don't have Kane, so we can't do right side. That's probably for the better. But I guess like the question is like, if you're Zelda, do you go back for Big Chest? I think if you're Faker Jr., there's actually some incentive because you don't have random room done, right?
Yeah.
So you might want to actually go back because it's 5 checks versus just 1.
Zelda really doesn't want to do Big Chest unless he finds the Cane to do right side along with it.
Zelda's like, finally everything is in logic.
Yeah.
1 hour, 20 minutes in, we found the hook shot to be able to get us, you know, to the back of GT basement.
Mirror finally in logic after using it like 30 times already.
Exactly. I will say, as much as this scene is kind of like, you know, jerked, you know, our guys around a bit, like, how can I really complain when we literally got boots in check number 1? Like,
Zelda did.
Yeah, Zelda, that's right, Zelda did. And
For Faker was check number 2.
It's kind of also one of those things. Even you start out with like, you know, like you start out with either Sankor, Link's House start, and then and then that's when your pilot tells you like go to the other place. You know, if you didn't start and get the boots already. You know,
yeah.
It's just like it doesn't get better than that.
So Zelda is now going toward Port. And somehow we still haven't found any additional small keys to win compared to the first time he was there.
That's a great point. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Zelda actually hasn't done any of pod. He was there without a pearl, and he had like 9 hearts red mail, full health, and he decided to not bunny revive because it would take forever. And yeah, so that's something that he can definitely go do right now. Are all the pod keys just on the climb then? Like 4 of them behind the well?
Maybe. It's not unlikely that there's at least 1 or 2 there. Yeah, well, we'll see what Zelda decides to do. If he also goes for the boss like Faker did, or maybe he goes to the back. There could be a key to this dungeon in the back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, how many keys?
And the boss.
Yeah, how many keys to this dungeon are we gonna get in the back of pod? Wait, do you remember how many the most you've seen? I think I've seen 2, maybe 3. Like 3.
Definitely 2. I've maybe had. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we know there's none in the front because Faker has done all the checks in the front that could have a small key. So there's only 3 opportunities in the back where a small key could be. Which, I mean, they could all be keys to this dungeon, which would be hilarious.
Yes, yes.
But really, we only need 1 to get all of the back, except for Harvest Highway and the key test, and to beat the boss.
Baker Jr. having the time of his life in hallway. Did you also know that you cannot do any renovations inside the dungeon? We can't dig anything up, despite how hard we wanted to.
We should be able to dig open the bomb floor.
Actually, that's actually a very good point. We can maybe consider that, pitching that idea to the devs.
Patch it in Nintendo.
I will say, for how many, like, bomb-looking locked floors that there are here in Thieves Town, like, 1 actual hole won't hurt, right? You know, just saying.
Yeah, exactly. Somehow you can't even bomb open the other cracked floors in Thieves, whereas in Pod you can. There's like this cracked floor before Mimics 1, you can actually bomb that open. It doesn't do anything. Except other than getting you a goal if you play bingo, you can bomb it open.
Yeah, Crosskeys bingo. I heard that was also a lot of fun too. Alright, by the way, we still don't have Cadence Maria on Zelda's side. We are actually going straight to the back. And we're gonna go beat this dungeon.
Yeah, Zyga's doing the same thing that Faker did, so we're still not seeing the back of Pod. Which, I don't know. We're still looking for progression. So maybe it's fine to go to the back, but you also might put yourself in a situation where your go mode suddenly becomes a pod small key. Which in theory shouldn't be a bad thing, considering we're missing 4 of the keys, but like, what if it was a bad thing?
Yeah, no. You definitely, like, there are just some small keys where, even like, when it is your go mode, you feel very, very poorly. Like, so I think Desert Palace small key is probably among one of the highest ones, but I think also Skullwood small key is among one. Pot small key is also one of those, because you know, it's just not a feel good feeling, because you could have actually saved the key, right? You didn't have to go spend it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, we just had a. I think what we were supposed to do was take Tempered Sword away from Baker Jr. Then he actually would have had an actual, like, you know, on script fight with Blind. But instead, for some reason we gave him Tempered Sword, and then just, you know, it just went to shambles. So.
Yeah, his hammer blind fight from last race definitely seemed more in control, but he still did a great job and got through the boss fight. So.
That's true. That's true.
No complaining.
A red mail and fire shield. There's no possible way that he could die. What a convenient location to get spit out of, actually.
Yeah, time to do GT.
Yeah, we're literally right here. I think they both already checked the book lock location in Desert, because they got the.
Yeah,
I think they just mirrored over, right, from Meyer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I remember one of them getting spit out there through Fairy Ascension
Okay.
Cave.
Nice spike skill. Yeah, Faker's gonna definitely go back to Rando Room. So, again, he's gonna be, buffed up just a little bit more. I think you said there was like a heart container and half magic, right?
Yeah, and the shield.
Yeah. And oh yeah, you're
Again,
right.
we got a mirror shield.
Yes. Good point.
Yeah, if the big chest turns out to have something, especially if it's the cane, this is actually gonna be very fortunate that Faker ran out of bombs.
Or like Swamp Small, or something, right? Like basically one of our two remaining download items.
Yeah, the reason why Kane is better is because if Zaga finds Kane, he's probably gonna do right side into big chest. But if Kane is a big chest, he can't do right side without doing big chest first. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Probably there's just progression time for Underwell, but we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, actually, Zelga's brow dash, actually, again, this is, man, Zelga's so efficient, right? He's doing Bombo's tablet, and he literally is right here at GT. He's just gonna go do that right now. Doesn't have to be anything, but he was able to make this check and, make it work for him. Alright, what's here?
Very, very frustrating.
Oh, okay. It is just a red rupee. Suddenly, we are getting some, after an hour and 30 minutes, we are racing to the top of who can get to GT first, or GT top first.
Yeah, if Gomod is here, they're basically dead even. Like Faker, Zelga has Eastern done, but it's a pendant, so it doesn't matter. And they're both just looking for Swamp Small and the cane.
Yeah, this is amazing. Holy cow.
It's actually crazy.
Oh man. They had like wildly divergent routes, super different decisions, right? And then suddenly, like, don't worry. This is still cross keys, okay? This is not like like 80 keys or anything like that. They will probably still, but it definitely seems like it. We're like an hour 30 in, and they're just racing basically to see who basically finishes Aga 2.
Yeah. This is really crazy.
I had a little bit of trouble. So I think Zelda actually was ahead going into the gauntlet. Got a little bit of time lost to Faker Jr. when in Mimics 2, and then Faker unfortunately had some difficulty with G1, and now it's just like, this is exactly what you see expected like for endgame.
Yeah, this is great. In theory, this is where Faker should make up a lot of time on Zaga because of his better NMG time. But yeah, a little bit of trouble, but there's still room to make up time.
Yeah, I think he's getting a little bit gypped though out of his fire rod shots. Like, I swear, like at least 2 of those landed and like they didn't register or something, or maybe it wasn't close enough. I don't know, but
very nice one cycle was Ropes 1 with the bow from Zaga.
Zelda is quite good with the bow. I gotta admit, like,
except on Atmos. I never uses it, right?
Yes. Somehow, he will only use the bow when there are 2 of them. Like, it's like, double or nothing for him. Yeah, but I think Zelga's actually one of the people who, like, I don't know if he's actually practiced with Ropes 1, but he is, very consistent in be able to get the 1 cycle. I think he has talked about maybe potentially getting 1 cycle for Ropes 2, but I don't know if he's ever really, like, put forth the time into it.
I definitely didn't do it in the seed.
It's also very difficult, I think, but it probably won't be too bad. Alright, so we found money. More money. More bombs.
If it's not here, surely it's in the well, right?
Yes, exactly. Alright, that's another thing where in this case, not gonna be an issue for Zelda or Faker Jr., but because we definitely want this, we want the Molder and chest to spawn, because we need it, but don't go covered. We definitely need this chest to spawn, yes, like, definitely don't skip it if you don't have to.
Yeah, this is just a really close race now. Like, it's just so very likely that Kane is going to be either in the well or in Swamp Palace. So these guys are just racing to the finish right now, probably.
Yeah. Now, I will say that given that we have Swamp a small key. We're gonna have access to swamp, and we're still looking for one more item for Kane. We have the giant elephant left side swamp. Just a question as to whether or not you want to do it. Now, maybe like in this case, you'll probably just go do the dungeon, and then if you still needed something to go back to left side swamp. But it is still gonna be one decision that I will say at least Zelda has not the best track record of making the decision correctly in order to win the race. So, but it is probably within what, like, 10 to 15 seconds?
Yeah, something
Maybe
like
a
that.
little bit longer? Yeah, well, because I figured
Yeah,
a
I think
little
I
bit
was
longer on,
yeah.
I could do...
Yeah, it looks like, I don't know, 25 would be my guess. Yeah, Zelda had a really nice GT climb and Aga fight.
One thing about Zelda's, I mean, many, obviously, good things about Zelda's execution gameplay is that he is just very consistent. Like, and like there are many people who are very good, but one of like the hallmarks of experiencing very experienced and top player, like top, like 0.0 whatever 1%, is their consistency. They're just able to consistently, perform after 2 hours, after 4 hours, after 10 races, after 1,000 races, right? Like they're just able to consistently give their good performance.
Right, how are we getting to swamp? What's the plan?
The TR key, another pot key, nice pot keys. Ooh, we have a fake. We have a save and quit from Faker's junior side. We are running, it looks like. Ooh, very interesting. Who's gonna get there first?
Definitely Zelda. He's already in Dark World and he's
that's true. Yeah, so it looks like actually maybe Zelda's path is a little bit faster then, because he doesn't have to go through. He doesn't go to Dark World.
Yeah, but again, Zelda I guess was like 25 seconds ahead, so we'll see. He was in there on 34. So if Faker enters at 59, was in there at 59. The order is even, but no, he's definitely gonna be slow.
Yeah,
he's gonna be in the Dark World at 59. Yeah.
Unfortunate part about just not having mitts as well. Like, I mean, it would have saved him a little bit of extra time just because you don't have to go through like the whole, roundabout way of doing things. But yeah, looks like actually just running from the pyramid to these CJ Palaces faster than saving quitting. And I guess for what it's worth, it's a required double dip, right? GT Big Key was in the first chest of Swamp Palace, and Swamp was on Muldrum chest, yeah?
Yep. That's how we love our game.
That's right. Okay, Zelda's gonna do Compass chest first. Do you think this is something that you would also skip, maybe? As in, like, if you were deciding you're gonna go do left side, and just rush the boss and like rush the back chest to hope that you find Samaria there?
No, probably not. It's like somewhat reasonable, I guess, but like you're gonna feel really bad if it's just there. That just loses a lot of time.
Alright, we haven't found anything that interesting. We just found a mire key that led to nothing on left side. It was like bombs and a piece of heart.
Yeah.
Zelda's coming ever so closer to 20 hearts. Surely we can't die at this point.
No. Invincible.
And more money. Alright, looks like at least all of the normal checks in Swamp don't seem very fruitful. I'm not saying fruitful
we have the boss and then... Maybe Zaga can become a bunny again and show you the banana.
That's true. Oh man, yeah. I have lately my regular breakfast is has a banana incorporated, and it feels very good to have in the morning. So I'm really glad Zelda actually checked this price.
Yeah, that's been my breakfast for the last few months as well.
Alright, almost a 0 cycle in order for Zelda. Not quite there. Very nice phase 2 though. 2 fire rod shots and a spin. Don't have to do the boing. We got a gold sword. Nice sword meme in Swamp.
Alright, what now? Are we going left side or are we...
Are we going left side? Alright, Zelda, I think every single match we want to ask Zelda this question, and I really hope you make the right decision, Zelda. We
Oh,
are
we're leaving.
leaving left side swamp.
Yeah, we're going to
What
pod,
are
I
we
think,
going to
with
go
the additional
to?
smoky we
Okay.
found.
All right, that's
right here.
fair.
This is definitely more checks than left side. And at this point, we only need the cane, so we don't really care about logic.
So the our additional small key. We're gonna go to the back. So we're gonna get 4 more checks. We're gonna get 5 more checks. Excuse me. We have compass chest, rupee basement, both checks, and dark maze.
And the big chest, so 6
and
in
big
total.
chest. Good point. 6. Good point. I can definitely count. Thank you for mathing.
No problem.
See, this is why I need like an assistant or a pilot to my piloting, because I'll just miss checks on the log. And I need somebody else to remind me what's there.
All good.
Gunpowder, okay, in the back. That is, we do know where Magic Bat is, right?
Yeah, it's at Cackwell. So
Okay.
he can mirror and just check it after this.
Yeah. Coco Pilot 1? Oh man. I would feel bad for the runner, because just imagine like how much chaos that would be. You're trying to like, listen to one person. I think it's already bad enough when they're trying to like yell in your ear about like where to go and stuff. Like imagine 2 people trying to tell you what to do, and then like what do you do as the runner? Like who do you listen to?
I think if there's just too much talking, like you just blend them both out and then you... Yeah. Okay, we're not checking powder. Never mind, we're checking powder.
Okay, yeah, maybe Zelda actually did remember. Maybe he just wants to be on the screen or something. I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say the other thing that was pointed out in chat by Soho. We are doing left side swamp on Faker's side. I mean, the left side swamp won. I mean, in part was one of the decisions that led to Faker Jr.'s victory from game 1. So
yeah, well, we have a repeat.
Yes, Chalmers. Yes. And not only is for what it's worth only for game 1, there hasn't really been a great track record for Zelda, but yes, it is definitely one of the ones that we were oh, nice podcast, by the way. Oh my gosh.
Back to pod and check Vicky chest.
Vicky chest. Oh, that's terrible. Are you going back to pod? You're not going back to pod, right?
I don't know, the portal is right there, right?
Oh my gosh.
No, okay, no, we're going north somewhere.
Where are we going? Oh my gosh. Faker Jr. This found Kana Samaria on left side swamp.
Wow.
That is go mode, and Faker Jr. has made the correct decision. Left side swamp twice in their series. Oh, I'm sorry, Saya. Sometimes,
so is this also a Zelda meme that he doesn't do left side swamp ever?
Well, Zelda, okay, is it a meme? I would say it's more of like an Achilles heel in that he just doesn't make the correct decision. Like, there's always gonna be a choice, because sometimes he does do left side swamp. It's just that he, like, when he does do it, like, there's nothing there, It was just like, I think he's just like, his general luck for making that decision about left side swamp has just not been very, very good.
I feel like Zelda could generally get away with doing left side swamp because he's so efficient.
He's so good, yeah. I agree. But sometimes, like, I mean, like, and I'm sure Zelda has like a very good calculus, for his risk reward, type of profile, because he's played a lot of cross keys, right? And again, like, for his record, despite all of his different like stances, right? No, not obviously the big one is I don't go to Eastern without the bow and the big key, right? He'll have some losses, but overall he comes out ahead, right? That's how his that's how his record's gonna be. It just happens to be maybe for these 2 particular seeds, they haven't really worked out for him.
Like, that's gonna have a funny moment. He just left Hookshot Cave, and now he's gonna check Dark Potion Shop, and it's the other side of the
it's the other side of the Cave. Yeah. We're gonna go to Catfish, also find our compass to something. I think this is the last dungeon though for Faker Jr., right? For this is crystal number 7? Yeah. And then Ganon is at the Magic Bat location in Kakariko, so gonna be pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Gold Sword. We have we somehow didn't find silvers. Okay, maybe maybe they're in pod. Where do you think silvers are? Right side GT.
How about? Oh, that's a good one. How about Vitreous though?
Vitreous? Oh, Vitreous. That would be. These are all great locations for where silvers could be. We're also missing a TR key, right? For what it's worth, because the lamp was in Lava Chest.
Yeah. I mean, I could also just be right side GT or something.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, I mean, like for all the small keys that we need, you know, logically speaking, right? Like we're missing 3 pot keys, 1 TR small key. So like, yeah, they can. I mean, like in this case, once you find the cane, you know, we don't have to necessarily worry too much anymore. But I am kind of curious in this case to see, in this case, like, where, you know, where things are. Good morning, Telethar. Alright. Faker Jr. is on. He's on Ganon now. Should be fine. Yeah, like I said, we got Gold Sword, we got Red Mail, we got Mirror Shield that doesn't even do anything for this fight, etc., etc. Okay, there is a possibility of him falling, he getting knocked off. I don't see him dying on this fight. Yeah. We're gonna find out where the silver
for what it's for it's worth, he has time to die a couple times here.
Okay. On the
because I don't think it's like
yeah, that's true.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, we're our mitts. I completely forgot about the fact that we, you know, didn't have those yet. See, myths then could be like right side GT or something like that. But yeah, that is big GG's to Faker Jr. taking a 2-0 sweep over Zelda. Phenom here.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if you'd ask anybody beforehand, this is not what they tell you would happen. But I mean, Faker is a very good racer in his own right. Like. I'm not trying to say I'm short here, but it's just that Zelda is such a Crosskeys legend. It's just you'd expect him to win against pretty much everybody.
yeah. I mean, Faker certainly had a very good route. You know, despite not starting a Sanctuary. You know, and you know, 145 certainly is, you know, very, very fast, you know, Crosskeys time, and not quite the, you know, the 119 I think record, but you know, anything that's you know, people usually try to go for like a sub 2 Crosskeys, right? That's you know, kind of like the, I would say, like golden standard, but you know, the fact that we can finish faster than that and took out a very, 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 you know, legendary opponent. So, but also big GG to Zelda. Looks like this is actually, you know, he probably, I think, I didn't see the race room yet, but I assume this is a forfeit from him, given that we don't see any more game feed. Zelda is, I mean, you can basically see every single thing that he does is phenomenally efficient, very high level execution. Like there is very, very little room that you know, that you can get, you know, from Zelda. So sometimes in this case, like sometimes the seed will work against him, and just like an ice rod hunt, you know, I go left, you go right type of thing, and I found it first. You know, sometimes, you know, left side swamp is just one of those places. Let's see in this case. I don't know if they want to come in for an interview. Oh, they're in the waiting room. Maybe I can pull them in. Let's see. Alright, I have pulled them in. Hello guys, GG's.
Yo, GG's.
Peace.
GG's, guys.
Zelga, I'm sorry. About Left Side Swamp.
Whatever
You
I do, it's
played-
always wrong with Left Side Swamp.
You know, okay, you did win, but you didn't have to go into Eastern the first time because we were actually a little bit like because Eastern was very early, right? And Faker Jr. went in. Gaskell was a big key out of it, and then he got the hook shot through buddy walking from Skull was big chest, right? And then we were like, man, that's like pretty huge for Faker Jr. But then you found the Eastern Palace big key and then the bow, you know, so everything was fine.
It was actually kind of funny because by the time I found the pearl, I was like, okay, either the hook shot or the pearl was in Eastern. And it kind of was. I just didn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the mirror being hook shot locked.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the end of the race was super crazy too. You both entered GT basically at the same time. And it seemed really likely that one of the progression items is there and would lead to the other one, or both are there. So it was like a crazy close race. And Saga, you pulled a little bit ahead during GT, and made it to Swamp a little bit earlier too because your route there was faster. But yeah, unfortunately, left side happened.
Yeah, I almost went back in, especially because of losing basically to Left Side Swamp in game 1. But I just had too many other things pulling me away, and I felt like it was too much time. Like, I just finally got a third pod key, so I had all the stuff in the back of pod. I was still missing Mini Moldorm Cave. I had some entrances left. I didn't know for sure if Laser Bridge was available or if it was in one of the fourth connects. Like, I felt like there was enough value for me to be doing other things, and I still think I was right. It just wasn't the right.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel you. No, I mean, I think for what it's worth, like, yeah, all the things that you listed were very reasonable, right? And they're definitely like more efficient than Left Side Swamp. Sometimes, you know, but you can't control where the items were placed, right? I think you played like extremely well, yeah, both times. You also, by the way, were the first to boots, for what it's worth.
Yeah, that was another thing that felt so bad, is like, you get first chest boots and I'm sitting there bunny walking forever. I felt really bad about that too.
Oh, yeah, that's true too. Yeah, Figure Jr., congrats. Like, I mean, like you also played very, very well. You were also like, so Zelda was able to go get a sword from Ice Rock Cave area like much earlier, and I think you were pretty much swordless the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. I just found so much stuff that I didn't really had the chance to go to Ice Rod Cave to get the sword. But yeah, I don't know. And I found it very late, and in my mind it was just, let's find the Moon Pearl, because I don't know when I did found it, at like 1 hour or 50 minutes, I don't know. It was a bit late.
Yeah, I think you guys found the pearl relatively about the same time. Like, up until basically going into Ice Palace, I mean, you guys were basically all different places all the time, and then eventually kind of, I guess, bottlenecked back into Ice Palace. And then, as you guys were climbing GT, I think you guys probably started your climb within like 10 seconds of each other. It was like that crazy.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was fun though. I certainly don't feel bad bowing out here, making it to the quarterfinals, losing to a good opponent that I knew was going to be a tough series. I did feel kind of bad about taking so many unintentional early deaths, like at least 3 that I can remember off the top of my head.
I also remember that now that you mentioned it. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hopefully that you didn't get too tilted. Yeah.
By the end, it was mostly fine, but I was definitely getting tilted up to finding the pearl. But yeah, it's really cool that we've got this series done before any of the other quarterfinal series have been determined.
Yeah, so all I gotta do is schedule some more Pilot Spoiler races, right, Zelda?
Yeah, I got still several of those. But yeah,
Yeah, you know.
huge GGs, Faker Jr. And best of luck moving forward to the end.
Oh, thanks. GG's again. Was nice to race against you, even though it was 2 times left side swamp. But yeah, that's random.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes.
It's okay. Zelda, you can get your revenge when you face each other in pilot spoiler brackets.
Yeah, it might happen. We still got a lot of races to go to see if we can make it.
That's true. That's true. And you guys could be on opposite of the brackets, etc., etc. So I mean, but you know, still, yeah. I personally thank you guys so much. You know, this was a series that I also personally really was really looking forward to. You guys, obviously, you guys are both very awesome people. Always a pleasure to be able to commentate for you too. And I am again very sorry about Left Side Swamp Zelda. It would have been nice, you know, to have a game 3 and not, you know, for Left Side Swamp losses. But still, you know, I'm always thankful to be able to be part of this.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thanks for putting on the restreams with the commentating, the tracking, the restreaming. Really appreciate all the support and getting kind of showcased for playing a fun game. So thanks for having us.
Yeah, what Zelga said. Thanks for everything.
All right then. Thank you so much, the two of you, for racing, for the great race you put on. And a big shout out, of course, to our volunteer crew, to Clearmouse, to Jem, to Aikir, and to Daruk. And I hope you all enjoyed what you saw. We're gonna be done with the Link to the Past randomizer for today, but there's gonna be more tomorrow. And there's gonna be loads of stuff on ZSR today. So if you wanna watch, please check out the schedule. Until then, thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, and see you soon.